been a momentous week for the smartphone world. Of course, last week at the WWDC, Apple had announced the iPhone 3GS, a newer model of the iPhone 3G. And a few days before that, Palm had unveiled or released officially the Palm Pre. Now today we're hearing about the BlackBerry Tour, Research in Motion's latest effort into the smartphone game. With all these new smartphones, is this game changing a little bit? Let's talk to a couple technology journalists who know what they're talking about. We bring in John Biggs from CrunchGear. John, thanks for being with us.
Howdy.
Also, Jason Hiner from TechRepublic. Jason, thanks for being with us as well.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it's a big time right now. These three new smartphones all have people who are excited about smartphones up in roar. John, what's your take out of these smartphones? Is there one you're looking at more than the others?
We've seen most of these. We haven't seen the new BlackBerry yet, but obviously there's the 3GS coming out. There's the Pre that exists right now. I think this is basically the year of the smartphone. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see the lower-end phones become smartphones. There's really nothing holding things back now, especially with Android.
So out of these three, though, out of the Tour, the Pre, and the iPhone 3GS, is there one that you think you're going to want to get on for yourself?
3GS, definitely. I wouldn't wish the Pre on my worst enemy.
What do you see with the Pre? What are some problems with the Pre that you've seen?
It's another smartphone platform in a world that really doesn't need it. Build quality is fairly bad. People have been going through ruined ones pretty quickly, and they only made about, I think we've confirmed 150,000 of them for the entire world, or the entire United States. And that kind of run isn't really a bode well for SDK pickup and all other sorts of things. So you're kind of hitting a dead end right there.
Yeah. Now, Jason, for you, what are you seeing out of all these phones? Which one are you picking out of these?
Yeah, so I've got a BlackBerry Curve that I use for work. It's my corporate phone. Pretty much use an iPhone as my personal phone. So I actually feel pretty good about the Palm Pre, though, to be honest. If I was looking for one phone to kind of do both work and personal stuff and combine them, I would definitely go for the Pre. And I think that the platform itself, to be honest, has a lot of potential. I mean, there's a low friction in terms of developing apps for it, so I think it will eventually have a pretty good ecosystem. But if you look at the three we're talking about, they're all hardware, software integrated, with BlackBerry, Palm, WebOS, and iPhone OS. I think that's the cream of the smartphone crop. The Android and Windows Mobile, which we're not really talking about, I mean, those are lowest common denominator devices because you have one OS trying to serve lots of different devices. So I think you're going to see those phones be more of the kind of maybe for the masses, or potentially if the masses don't catch on and don't like those, or even corporations, then I think you're going to see Palm gain some momentum, and BlackBerry and iPhone potentially with consumers gaining even more momentum than they have now.
It's pretty interesting to see all these new phones come out. Like you guys have both been saying, the feature phones have been kind of going out. So John, you think with these these plans are noticeably more expensive than the traditional $40 a month T-Mobile plan. Do you think that the average consumer is going to still get these smartphones despite the plans being more expensive?
I think so. I think they've been slowly but surely trained to accept more expensive plans, especially in terms of the iPhone, in terms of some of the phones like the Dash, which came out in T-Mobile. You have these sort of, they call it sort of connected soccer mom sort of ideas, where somebody needs email and internet in their pocket. And I think the Sidekick did a lot to convince a younger generation to add a little bit extra to their plan. I mean, by adding a certain amount of money, you can get unlimited internet and a number of other features that you really wouldn't have just a standard Razr, I guess.
Yeah, Jason, what's your take? I mean, these other phones are going away. I've heard a couple people say that $60 a month for 450 minutes is just too much. I don't know. Do you think that people are a little bit taken back by these plans?
Yes. I mean, not sort of like folks like the three of us, right? Or the people we talk to. But they're going to saturate the market. I think within the next year or two, you're going to see them saturate the market of people who are willing to pay 60 to 80, 100 bucks a month for a smartphone. I think what's happening now, they're starting to get to more people who will say, you know what, I'll cancel my landline and then I'll get a smartphone, and I'm basically paying 80 bucks a month for one phone, and what I used to be paying 40 for a landline, maybe, and 40 for a for a regular, you know, cell phone. So they're reaching some of that market now, but they're going to saturate that pretty quickly, and they're going to have to come up with lower tier data plans if they're going to really get, I think, the masses on board with smartphones. And as you know, we talked about basically regular phones becoming smartphones, which is definitely happening.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're going to have to leave it there. We're out of time. John Biggs from CrunchGear, thanks for being with us. Also, Jason Hiner from TechRepublic with you guys. Thanks for being on the new show. Obviously, new and improved. We're widescreen. We're trying to do big things. So tell us what you think. Comments at techv.com. See ya.